Good morning. My name is Umberto Mucci. This is We the ItaliaNews, a daily video broadcasting from Italy during the coronavirus crisis. Today is May 5, the second day of Italy in the phase 2 of this coronavirus crisis. The trend that sees all the official statistical numbers continues to go in the right direction. Yesterday there were 34 Italian provinces with no new positive coronavirus cases recorded, an absolute record since the pandemic began. For the first time in almost a month, we are back below the psychological threshold of 100,000 currently positive, although we expect a rebound already today when the number of tests will be back within the average number of working days. Yesterday, the only regions to have more than 50 new positive cases recorded were Lombardy, Piedmont and Emilia-Romagna. In the 7 regions of southern Italy, a total of only 40 new cases out of about 19,300,000 inhabitants were recorded. The number of coronavirus Italian deaths yesterday was 195. It broke the downward trend, but is still way lower than the average of last month. The scientific journal Nature has published a study showing the beneficial role of a molecule called resveratrol, which has been administered via aerosol to some patients in an hospital in Naples with very encouraging results. This molecule, which needs to be administered in large quantities to have an effect, is the subject of a study by the University of Naples, which found that resveratrol is present in the mark of Taurasi, a red wine from the province of Avellino in Campania. So please, continue to drink Italian red wine, because it helps defend against coronavirus, because it helps the Italian economy, and because it's good. There is lesson in this sense of responsibility that the Italians have shown during the lockdown, and that it seems in these first 2 days they are also demonstrating in phase 2, and we hope it will continue at least. As already said, we have never been good at respecting the rules, but what happened this time? 3 things happened. The first is that it was much easier, especially during the lockdown, to recognize those who don't respect the rules, so it was much harder to hope not to get caught. The second is that it was seen that almost everyone was respecting them, so people felt much more wrong not to respect them because they would be among the very few who did. The third is that it was clear from the beginning that not respecting the rules would have brought an enormous risk to oneself, but also to others. This is a very interesting lesson about Italians, and I personally hope it will help us and sometimes even force us to continue to behave well, to love Italy and the Italian people, and to be less selfish in the future. Italians in emergency situations are capable of self-control, responsibility, of being able to evaluate things. Yes, there may be small cunning, but when faced with serious facts, Italians are there. And it was nice to see so many people proud to be Italian, which is something that is not very common in our country. In March 2020, 49.4% more deaths were recorded in Italy than in March 2019. The vast majority of deaths, 89%, is recorded in the provinces defined as high spread of the virus. 88% in areas with medium diffusion and only 3% in those with low diffusion. The set record is in Bergamo in Lombardy with plus 568% compared to the previous year. There are practically 3 different Italys from this point of view. With a few exceptions, the division is quite homogeneous between North with a part of Center, which sees an increase in deaths compared to the previous 5 years of 94.9%, the Center, which sees an increase of 9.1%, and the South, which sees an increase of only 2%. In a few areas of Italy less affected by the virus, in the Center and especially in the South, in March 2020 there were even fewer deaths than the previous year. In Rome there are 9.4% fewer deaths, in Agrigento in Sicily minus 8%, in Salerno and Campania minus 7.7%. This is due to the low spread of the virus, the excellence of the hospital facilities led by the Spallanzani Hospital that treated patients from all over the Center and South, and the zeroing of road accidents. Now, this very different data reminded me of a short story that respectively I want to bring with a bit of popular irony to a very tragic subject. The Roman poet Trilussa, who lived between the end of 1800 and the beginning of 1900, wrote a famous poem to describe statistics in his very ironic way, a very Roman way. Trilussa said that statistics is that thing where it turns out that everyone eats 1 chicken, which in his day was considered food for the rich, even if I eat 2 chickens and you eat none. Now, even if you probably won't understand everything, close your eyes and listen while I quote three Lusa's verses in Roman dialect. Sai che è la statistica? È una cosa che serve per fare un conto in generale della gente che nasce, che sta male, che muore, che va in carcere e che sposa. Ma per me la statistica curiosa è dove c'entra la percentuale, per via che lì la media è sempre uguale, pure con la persona bisognosa. Mi spiego, dai conti che si fanno, secondo le statistiche da adesso, risulta che ti tocca un pollo all'anno e se non entra nelle spese tue, ti entra nella statistica lo stesso, perché c'è un altro che ne mangia due. I'll see you tomorrow, ciao from Rome, se becchiamo domani.